So it just came out that the Heisman finalists are all up, and it's down to these four: Dylan Gabriel, Travis Hunter, Ashton Genty, and Cam Ward. All right, man, there's some interesting aspects here from all these guys on here. Mr. G. Mike, I'm going to allow you to go first on this one, man. Who is your pick and why?
I'm curious.
I would love to choose Cam Ward, right? I would love to choose him. Obviously, the starting quarterback for my team led us to a great season that we haven't had since like 2001, 2002. And it's just been phenomenal to see, especially the way he plays in the second half of the game. This guy comes out and he's ready to just throw darts at people, bro, and get touchdowns and win games, man. But Miami got kicked out of the playoffs, so he's not going to get the Heisman. Let's be honest. I want to say Ashton Genty because he's leading his team, Boise State, to literally they're having a bye week in the college football playoffs. When we had talked about in an episode, I don't know if you remember, which underdog team can make the college football playoff. And I chose Boise State. And look at them. They're about to be a bye week team. They're about to be a bye week team. This guy is literally putting his team on his back, bro.
Yep.
But I have to go with Travis Hunter, man, because we have not seen someone like him do what he does since Charles Woodson. And even then, Charles Woodson did not play so many games on both sides of the ball like Travis Hunter did. This guy has been dominating the whole year. And last year, he did the same thing. He did the same thing, but he didn't play every single game both sides. This year, he's played every single game both sides, and this guy's getting interceptions. This guy's getting receiving touchdowns. This guy's getting like 10 catches a game. This guy's getting 100+ yards a game. He's getting forced fumbles. Bro, you know what it is to play both sides of the ball every single game, every single minute of the game, and still dominate? Yeah. Like, bro, again, that's my vote. I don't think he's going to get it because of where Boise State is at, and they have the bye week in the college football player, and winning does take account into these trophies. So I think Genty is going to get it.
All right, well, let me go ahead and take you guys back on a little bit of a magic carpet ride back in the day a little bit. The year was 1997. The man was named Charles Woodson. He was going against a guy named Peyton Manning. Perhaps you heard of him. He pulled off one of the biggest Heisman upsets in history as being a dual threat. He was the first and only dual threat to ever do it until this year. My man Travis Hunter is taking this, man. This kid is unbelievable, man. 92 receptions, 1,152 yards receiving, 14 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. 31 total tackles. He's a legitimately dual threat person that can play both levels of the ball. He's going to make it in the pros doing the exact same thing. The kid is ridiculous and unbelievable. It is hands down Travis Hunter. I love the Genty story. I think that he's a hell of a player and is awesome, but there is no one that is playing absolutely better college football right now than Travis Hunter.
I don't know, man. Like, George pretty much laid out most of my argument for Genty here. Like, you're literally I understand the dual threat thing, and I think it's going to be close. If Hunter wins it, I'm not going to be upset about that. Mm-hmm. Like, I love defense. I played it for most of my football career, but just what Genty is doing, over 2,500 yards from scrimmage, 30 total touchdowns, carrying his team on his back, like G Mike said, and literally he's putting up better rushing numbers than a lot of schools do. Like, this guy's outgaining not just his entire team. He's outgaining a lot of schools. So, like, to have this kind of historic season, obviously, I think we've seen more in certain college seasons for sure. But, like, this is such a legendary season. And on top of that, it's not just he's doing this on a 6-16 and he's stat padding. No, he is literally leading his team to wins. So I think that has to be taken into account here. And, again, this isn't like with Dylan Gabriel where he's kind of putting up some pedestrian numbers on a winning team. This is fantastic stats, and the team is getting results on top of that. So I think for me, I got to give Ashton just that slight edge just because, again, his stuff is leading to team success and he's putting up historic numbers. Travis Hunter, fantastic story. And if he went, he's my number 2 pick in this. If he wins it, I'm not going to be mad, but I just got to give Genty that slight nod.
And the thing with Genty, too, and Boise State's defense is fucking cocky, bro. And they're literally in the bye week of the college football playoffs, bro.
We'll be getting into that in a minute. That's
crazy.
That one's got something going on there. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to BG again for checking in out there. He was had my back in this one, saying Travis Hunter is the dual threat phenom, man. I totally agree. This Heisman, I remember what was it, the Mac Jones, and that was the same year as Devontae Smith winning, correct? That was the same year.
Yeah, Mac Jones.
I thought that was kind of a weak
Smith.
class, but I really think that you can have a case for each one of these guys, and I don't think it's horrible
100%.
of any of these guys. Like these ones, some years there's like, all right, how is this guy even up there really or something? Even Dylan Gabriel being probably the least productive, if you will, out of this, he still has the number one team by far in the country going right now, and he's played great. I mean, he's played more college football than anybody else. It was like him and Bo Nix like set records. They played like 900 games or something, just hypothetically, obviously, but you know what I mean? Like I think each one of these guys really legitimately have a legit chance of being a Heisman, and I don't think anybody would be upset with any of these guys winning. I think it's a very strong class.
Yeah, and with Dylan Gabriel, if you guys don't know, because you're looking at the stats and you're like, well, his stats are not like all that great. They're great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but they're not all that great. But the thing is, if you actually watch the Oregon games, this guy has been leading his team under getting their ass whooped at times, coming back, leading them to wins, or if not, making clutch throws, making clutch plays, winning drives. This guy is a fucking championship.
Yeah, he's extremely accurate as well.
Yeah.
Well, and again, like that's not, my comments earlier about like him, putting up pedestrian numbers. I'm saying that basically in comparison to
what the other guys.
Yeah, and that's something that, again, it's just when we're talking about the best of the best, it sucks that you have to nitpick it, but it's what you have to do.
But they're all great. I'm telling you right now, they're all great. They all deserve it. I'm telling you.
I agree. I think this class is really good, and I actually think that all of them will have a good career going forward as well, wherever they go.
Yep.
I think Gabriel might slip out of these guys. I think Gabriel might slip maybe the second round, third round or something, but I think he'll have a good career. Kind of reminds me of like a little Russell Wilson-ish. Like something like that. An accurate thrower, can throw it in whenever he needs to. Look at Bo Nix. Bo Nix is kind of turning off the end, and Bo Nix was kind of the same kind of style, very accurate, very precise passer. But just before we get into later on the show, just a quick update in the NBA Cup. We'll be talking about the NBA Cup in a little bit, but Orlando is actually up right now, 68-64, with about 7 minutes to go in the third quarter over Milwaukee. Milwaukee's at home. So it's getting into the quarterfinals right now. So shout out to Orlando out there, BC. That's your boys.
They heard my comments about the Pride bringing home championship. Like, all right, I see your NWSL Cup, and I sort of raise you an NBA Cup.
I mean, Orlando City did bring home the one cup the one time, but the Pride actually brought home the championship. So